what do we all want? We all want to be happy, right? We all want to be successful. We all want to be fulfilled. We all want love. How do you get those things? To be happy, first of all, you got to be happy with what you're doing. And that means happy with what you're doing in terms of who are you having relationships with? Who are you having friendships with? What are you doing for a living? These are not easy questions. They're not easy solutions. And depending upon where you find yourself in life when you listen to this, it can be really difficult to work your way out of the hole you're in. But there's a way. You gotta figure out the way. The way might take you 10 years or it may take you 10 days. Everybody's got a different way. You gotta figure out what you enjoy doing. And maybe you enjoy doing a lot of things. You wanna be happy, but you gotta pick one of those. And whatever that thing is, you gotta pour yourself into that fucking thing. You can't leave any stone unturned. You can't leave any page unturned. You gotta put it in. You gotta put that time in. You have to. If you don't, you'll have regret. And that's one of the saddest things. You can have mistakes. You can feel bad about failures. Those are good for you. But you can't have regret for not putting in the work, because if you have that, then you realize you could have been something. You could have been something. You could have been happy. You could have been successful. You could have been fulfilled. You could have been inspired. But instead, you slept in. I started realizing that when things were important, then I was going by a schedule. And I'm like, why don't I go by a schedule all the time? Like when things would be important, like something was big that I was working towards, then I'd be on a schedule. But then I'd realize, like, why don't I just do that all the time for things? Like, that's how you get ahead. And then when you have relaxation time, you enjoy it because you've earned it. One of the best ways I found is to write down a list of what you are going to do today. Write it down, and make it in advance. It's best to make it before you go to bed. Like tomorrow, Tuesday morning, I am going to get up and I'm going to do this for an hour, and I'm going to do that for an hour, and then I'm going to do, and fucking check that list. You can make so much more progress that way than the people that just try to wing it. These things that you learn from people that are doing what they want to do, there's traits that they share in common, and one of the big ones is focus and discipline. I don't think you can get anywhere without it, and it's hard to do because there's a lot of times, like that Pressfield talks about in The War of Art, that resistance is strong. There's something about it. It's like you don't want to do the things that you know you should do. It's with running, it's with yoga, it's with writing, you gotta force yourself into action. And man, when Saturday rolls around and I can put my feet up and watch fights and just kick back, I enjoy the shit out of it because I actually earned it. But man, if I haven't earned it, it feels terrible. Watching TV when you're fucking off and you're supposed to be doing other things, you feel like a loser. I got a lot of shit to do. I'm thinking about it right now. I didn't work out today. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do when I work out. Write it down and fucking check that list.